Alright, Spirit, it's just an air duct. It's not even that bad. It's just a little bit dark. What would John McClane do? Yeah, come out to Nick's. We'll get together. We'll have a few laughs.
Well, there's definitely something in there, and I want to look into it more, but I don't know how we're going to do that.
We need to find like the code or a key or something.
Yeah.
Or bolt cutters.
Well, I don't know if that's going to get into all of the basement. I mean, it was a padlock, right?
Yeah.
On the front door, there's a padlock.
What about inside? We saw there was like was there any sort of locks or anything that we ran into that we could see? Or was it just a really clean kitchen, right?
Really clean. All of the furniture would have been taken out. There would just, like, basically, it looks like an empty kitchen.
Maybe we could knock a hole in the wall of the building next door in the basement and go that way.
Well,
with a sledgehammer.
What's the buildings that are next to it? Is it like a downtown where they're all connected and everything?
Yeah, I have to. Yes, there are buildings. It is like a continuous sort of storefront situation. We'll say one's a bank and
perfect. Yeah.
One's a drugstore.
Both places well known for being able to get into the basements of very easily.
Yeah.
We should be fine. Yeah. Does it have a mailbox or a mail slot?
So I would guess that this sort of situation along has sort of a shared, like people normally bring in deliveries, but I bet you that they have a locked like square box with a whole bunch of boxes.
Yeah.
Like in the back parking lot.
Okay.
But like normally deliveries are just like dropped off during business hours.
Is it on the same block as the pizza place or my dad's offices?
It would be on the same side of the street as Moe's, but like a block over.
Okay.
So not the same building.
Probably
but
not
on the same side of the street.
But would they have a shared? Would it be the same mailbox box?
I would say that they probably. I didn't think about this too much.
Okay.
This is me just making something up.
Okay. Let's say
they do it by building.
Okay.
So it's like
that's fine.
They basically have like a locker for each storefront in the back where a mailman could do that.
Gotcha.
Or, a male person.
A mix, of course. I'm sorry.
Oof, yeah.
And it's Pride Month, guys.
How dare you, honestly.
You know what?
And the mid 90s would have been the high point of political correctness. You need to get this.
Oh god.
This is a person of mail carrying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would have been like more focused on in the 90s. It would have been like you have to also say male woman equally. They wouldn't even be thinking of male person at the time unless it was to more feminize male man. But
no, they would.
Yeah,
they would say male person, but they would spell it PERSUN because
or with a Y. Person.
Right, or person. Right.
God.
Person.
Women with a Y.
Did you?
Right.
And she'll learn that in her women's herstory book.
Yeah. WIMYS. Yeah.
All right. As much as I think it would be awesome to take a giant sledgehammer and go through the bank, I don't think it might be a good idea right now.
Fine.
Yeah, I guess so.
Can we swing past the post office? I told my dad I'd get the mail.
Oh, yeah, sure.
At the
I mean,
post office?
Like there are P.O. boxes.
Yeah, he doesn't like getting mail delivered to the house. Something about not wanting certain people walking on the driveway. I don't know, but yeah. I told him
no. All
right, I'm not going to question that further. So
also,
really don't feel like delving into that
area, but it is a Sunday, so the post office itself is closed, but there's an open door where you can access your PO box.
Okay.
Of course.
Then that's what I would like to do.
So you go in. There's a row of, or a wall of PO boxes, and you have at it.
Jill goes over and she cracks open the PO box for the house, and she's just kind of desultorily looking through the lettered bill, whatever, junk mail. And she stops for a moment at one manila envelope. She says, "What was the name of that company again?"
Oh goodness, Colorado Enterprises something.
Yeah, the LLC.
Colorado Housing Enterprises LLC, and
right.
And she flips over the envelope, and up in the return section, it just says Colorado Housing Enterprises LLC.
And no address.
And no address.
What the heck?
And it's addressed to Jill's dad.
Oh my God.
That's suspicious.
What the heck is that?
Open it.
Open it.
Jill.
Wait, no, that's a crime. That's a crime. That's federal crime.
And tamper with U.S. mail?
Yes.
Also, I'm
Stick
pretty
to the
sure
man.
what I did earlier was a crime. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like a really obvious crime that we can't fix. If you tear open that envelope, then like,
entering, is it?
What are we gonna do? We didn't get caught so far. I'm just saying you can't unrip an envelope, okay?
Don't worry.
You can't give it back to your dad. Is he gonna get mad if you look at it?
Not if you didn't know about it in the first place.
The letter says something like Malcolm, care of Pleasant Ridge Ski Resort, and it says counter offer enclosed. And it basically says that they are willing to move their offer up $25,000 from what Vale Inc. has given as their offer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros.
What?
That's many. That's a lot.
Who are these guys?
I don't know. Why do they want this? Why do they want land here so bad?
They came out of nowhere. There's no address.
I don't know what to do. This seems like too big, right? Like we can't just break in. We can't follow some company.
At the bottom, it's signed John Mason, and it says basically, please call me on my personal phone that you have.
Is it his car phone?
He lives in his car.
My dad's apparently got his John Mason. That's a made-up name.
How do you figure?
Because I just wrote it down.
Yeah.
Because I just made it up.
I see you making it up. John Mason sounds like that's an alias. But my dad's got his number probably saved in his office somewhere.
Let's go find it. I mean, I don't know what we're going to say when we call this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does anybody convincingly sound like a 43-year-old man?
Absolutely.
Yes. Maybe not.
Well, go on. Give it a shot.
Well, yes. Hello, this is Jill's dad's assistant.
Well,
you wouldn't introduce yourself as Jill.
You're forgetting your dad's name. I'm sorry. You keep changing it, I swear.
I've only changed it like once or twice.
There is someone else in your party who also knows Jill's dad's business to some extent, or someone who's family member.
I mean, yeah, I know a little bit about it, but
I meant more your mom.
Oh, okay.
Because she is the office assistant.
Yeah, she works as like the assistant. Yeah. Well, I'm not really sure what to ask her. Yeah, like you just said. We'll just go, I mean, we can't really accuse them of buying a bunch of land. That's fine.
I mean, we could.
What kind of information are we even looking for?
I don't know.
From them directly, like at Woof. I don't know if calling them's the best idea.
Which government agency are they working for?
I don't think they're going to tell us, though, Jill.
Maybe they have Russian accents. That would pretty much clear things up.
I guess we could just call and see what we hear. Maybe we could say that we're interested in joining the company. It's a housing company, so we could make up a business.
We could say that you could pretend to be the secretary, and we could say that my dad wants to meet in person to discuss. Further discuss things. And the deal, and then we ask about some details about the deal. We can spy on him and check him out.
Yeah, maybe we could just try and get them to say something about what we should be talking about.
Well, Mr. Filby, we can't wait to move forward on a nefarious, evil, criminal mastermind plan.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
That's right.
Exactly, Jill.
Only there was a way to figure out like who had offers sent to them, and then if any of the buildings or places, like, I don't know. There's got to be something special about that place.
We could probably ask people.
Yeah.
It's not like the town's that big.
That's true.
I mean, the Nix's didn't
take forever, though.
Well, I mean, we don't have anything to do for the next 2 days until we're... Tomorrow. Thank you, Mysterious Voice from Beyond.
You're welcome.
Whoa! Girls! I mean, if Chell is buying
any gossipy, like people, like townspeople, like who we know just know everything and like are happy to
the local bartender.
To be fair, we live in a small town.
Right.
Everybody's gossiping.
Anybody.
It's Sunday, right?
It's Sunday. Let's go to
church. There has to be an old lady church picnic knitting circle going on.
So I was.
Oh my god, a book club? Yeah.
Book club.
I was gonna say Agnes probably knows a lot of the old lady hot goss, and Dan at the video store might also have a good deal of town knowings as people come through there and just
talk.
But a lot of the bar type people who would have been talking to a bartender would have gone to Nick's.
Right. And they probably aren't.
Where are they going now?
I mean, honestly, now there's like a hotel bar in the hotel, but it's like now there's only a fancy bar in town.
Oh no.
Nice.
And other than that, probably Lulu's and Moe's are getting a lot more business than they used to be. Mojo's. Sorry, I keep calling it Moe's, but it's Mojo's.
Does Mojo's have like the pictures of cheap beer? You know, like the little plastic ones, and they have wine on the menu, but it's white and red.
I think that probably Mojo's has some craft beer on tap because
like local
they're
stuff. Sure, yeah. Was that a thing in the 90s around there still?
Craft beer
in Colorado? Yes.
We could go talk to Dan since Spirit and I know him, and we'll just have to listen to him talk about how Leonardo DiCaprio got robbed for the Oscars last year again, but
he never stops talking about that. It's like I'm just there for Jurassic Park. That's all I want.
I was gonna say Leo's like he's like 22 right now, isn't he? Like how
he got
Titanic
nominated.
hasn't even happened yet.
I was gonna say Titanic hasn't even happened yet.
He got nominated. His first nomination was 19 1994 for What's Eating Gilbert. Dan, the video man. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go.
I mean, he's a local business owner. Maybe he got offered to get bought out as well. Yeah.
Put a Blockbuster in there.
So Dan's like, "Oh, hey, oh, you both are here. I don't know whose turn it is. I'm really sorry.
It's fine, Dan. We're not here for Jurassic Park.
What? What are
We're
you
here for information.
You're here for other movies?
No, just information.
Okay. Sure. Do you want to quiz me on my film knowledge?
That's so tempting.
No, but maybe later.
Man, he looks totally dejected and sad after that because he was like, I've been preparing for this my whole life. Okay.
No.
Okay, well, what do you need?
Anybody offered to buy your store lately?
Yeah, just,
I mean,
like mysterious corporations coming out of nowhere, waving big checks in front of you?
I mean, I don't own this store. I'm like 19.
Can we talk to your manager, please?
Oh God, there's no manager. It's just
no, it's just me. I just am
He's
mostly
Danager.
Don't make this was a Christmas gift from my boss. And he covers up his
name tag is his manager. Yeah.
And it's just one of those, like, it's just like a piece of plastic that has the label printed over it. Like, it's not been printed up anywhere fancy. It's like a label maker. I am the Danager. Don't.
So, like, has your boss has any weird mailing like this? And Joe will hold up the envelope from these guys. Have you seen any of these come through here?
I don't think so. I mean, I usually, sort the mail, and I haven't seen any envelopes like that. Huh. There are a lot of, mysterious people coming through.
Okay. Yeah. Like mysterious how?
Well, they're trying to be really sneaky as they go to the back room,
Wait, whoa.
The back room?
That's, not exactly what we're looking for.
Oh, okay. I mean...
And that's not mysterious, Dan. We know why they're going back there.
No, I know that too. However, they seem to think that they're being mysterious.
Oh, okay.
Because they're trying to make it seem like sandwiching it between two Disney movies or something is going to help.
That just makes it worse.
Disney sandwich.
Just randomly, like, pulling Caddyshack and Bambi and... Like, no, guys, we all know why you came. It's not a secret.
Debbie does cities, yes.
Speaking of secrets, there's no secret basement in this building that you would know of.
A secret basement? I mean, like, there's
not so secret basement.
Yeah, there's just a regular basement.
Okay.
But
what's
what's exciting?
Shitty movies that we don't ever rent to anybody anymore or that are damaged. It's honestly just storage. It's pretty dank, and like the owner has some storage, I don't know, from their house or something.
Oh, cool. Anything, free that we could take? Just asking.
And he looks at, he hands you a tape that is obviously been set in the back of someone's car and has melted.
Nice. This is so cool.
And the tape is still fine, but the casing is all warped. And it's one of those, like, it's a green tape, not a black one. And it's like a special edition of a Ghostbusters movie.
Ooh.
Oh, fun!
He's like,
it's the Ghostbusters 2 director's cut.
It's all melted. It looks like it got eaten up by one of the things.
Proton packs?
Yeah, proton packs. I am fake fan.
Jill didn't say that.
He's like, Fawkes, I just zeroed this out of the system and assessed the fee if I was going to throw it away if you want it.
I'll take it off your hands.
Okay.
Puts it in his backpack.
It will not play. Like, there's no fixing it.
That's okay.
Careful, the celluloid's pretty flammable too.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there, you know.
Well, we're not gonna melt it more.
Jill, I didn't know you were such a fan of the film genre. Like,
no, I just kind of like
or
just
films. Like you're very mature for your age.
Oh, jeez.
Let's go. Let's leave. Thank you, Dan.
Okay, Jill.
Whoa.
I think I need to talk to you about something outside.
Whoa. Okay, that's no thanks. Slow down there, Poison Ivy. I think we need to get on out of here.
Nobody said Dan was very self-aware.
Really? Yeah.
2 stars.
I mean, she's 13 going on, 47. So I get it. I get it. Yeah.
It's fair.
You started talking Dan's language. He was very into it.
Don't speak that language.
He wants to talk film theory with you. That's all.
That's all. Right.
Say less. All right.
So, creepiness aside, Danager, have you heard of anybody else selling their company? Like anybody else moving? Like Nick's just up and disappeared. Anybody else?
Oh yeah, I mean, because we're across the street from Nick's.
Yeah,
that was so wild. Like these guys just came in, and they were like in black suits, and they just like came in and like basically handed him a check. How wild is that? Like, does that even happen in real life?
That building.
I don't know.
Why not this one, right?
Dude, they would have handed me a check like that. I totally would have sold them this building.
That's what I'm saying.
Could have gone to film school.
Yeah.
Spirit's just like, hey,
right?
We should
UCLA.
We should go talk outside, for real though. Like, let's go talk outside.
Yeah.
You want me to come?
No, you gotta do your damaging.
Yeah,
that's very true,
Vita.
That's very true. I just thought you were talking to me because you wanted to know all about how cool it was when these guys in black suits, like with a black car, rolled up to Nick's and just came out. And next thing, like they turn over their side and they're like closed. Wow.
Are we talking sunglasses and earpieces or just?
I don't know that I can see earpieces, but I mean, it was middle of the day, so they might have had sunglasses on. It was bright. Usually is. I feel like it's good to protect your eyes from the sun, especially if you're up here on the mountain.
Right, yeah.
The glare, especially when the snow, Jill.
Snow glare.
Yeah, Dan totally doesn't wear them to cover up how high he is.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely go outside. Come on.
Oh, okay. Bye, guys.
Thanks, sure. Dan.
You don't want the copy of Jurassic Park?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna,
if it's here,
go ahead, Spirit. I think it's your turn.
Oh, okay. So he's like, oh, good. Okay, here you go, Spirit.
He's just been holding it behind the counter.
Yeah, I've been like, somebody else came in and asked about it, and I told them no, it's checked out.
I smack him.
Just reach across the counter.
Whoever else for that again.
Yeah, so Spirit's gonna like grab the VHS and run outside, and as soon as everybody's out there, it's like, Fawkes, you remember Dad talking about the Men in Black?
Yeah,
the Galaxy's Defenders.
Too early.
Did that come out yet?
No, not until next year.
Soon. I mean, it could be the government. I don't know.
But I mean, the Men in Black have been around for years. Yeah.
Okay. Well, did you need to say something, Spirit, about talking outside?
I just didn't want really, Dan was just creeping me out.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But
That
also
was a lot.
Like the Men in Black are kind of a big deal. Like that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
A lot of bad stuff happens, or so Dad says.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just be rich dinguses buying stuff up, you know. The mob.
That only happens in California.
They have the mob in places other than California.
I meant rich dinguses buying stuff. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. I just don't. Well, if they are, I guess I want to know why here. Because it just seems really odd that all these things are happening at the same time.
I mean, maybe it has to do with the beryllium.
Exactly. We just need to figure out
the Jillium.
Jillium.
Well, she's not gonna have the results of that for what Tuesday? She said.
Yeah, so 2 days.
Okay. Well, maybe we just need to wait then. I know we're all really excited, but I just don't want to get in trouble and then we can't make any progress again for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that would be really bad.
Maybe Old Man Carruthers knows what this stuff is. He knows that mountain better than anybody.
Yeah,
because man, naked running he has to do around there when the moon is out.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm surprised we haven't come across any caves where he chains himself to the rocks so he doesn't run wild through the woods.
I mean, maybe that's what was going on in those caves.
That's probably better. Right now, he is just running.
No coyote in town is safe.
Well, we have our hike on Monday, right?
Maybe we should just come back to this when we have more info.
Yeah, we'll go on the hike. We'll see all the places that, are suspicious, and maybe it'll make more sense then, and maybe we'll find a safer way to get more information.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So let's just meet up on Monday then.
At 5:00 in the morning.
Great. Don't we have school or something?
No.
It's summer. I forgot that people get breaks when they're like.
Shut up, Asher.
It's a Monday. You have things to do. I guess I want to try and talk to my dad over dinner over the next couple of nights and ask what kind of buildings are being put up besides condos, or if there is anything, and talk about I've heard Jill said that there's a bunch of rich people coming into town, I guess, and they're paying a whole bunch of money for all the land. Is that true?
So he's at dinner, he says, right now, Ash, I'm only working for the condo company. However, I think that they assume that if more people come live here, then they'll need to develop more businesses. So I know the company I'm working for recently did a whole bunch of condos in Vail, which is why they are coming here next, because that area has been developing a lot and they want to do the same thing here.
So it's just kind of like a gamble? They don't know for sure?
I don't think it's a gamble when people want to be in Colorado. It's a very wonderful, beautiful place that lots of people want to be at and want to come skiing and want to spend time in the beautiful mountains and really be here in our wonderful community.
Jeez, how much is the tourism board paying you?
His whole salary.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant you, Aaryn.
Oh, me? Nothing.
Yeah.
But Colorado, if you want to sponsor this podcast, let us
Colorado, the state of Colorado.
We'd like to thank our newest patron, Colorado.
So he's just fully indoctrined into the tourism lies.
Well,
I get it. Okay.
I mean, he really thinks that if there are people with money up here, that there will be more money coming into the town.
That's fair.
It's just economics and stuff, and he's he knows nothing about economics, but he's heard some business guys on his team talking about the economics. And he's like, I mean, sounds legit to me.
Buy low and sell high.
Something like that.
Okay. Well, yeah, so, all right. I think that's all that I can probably get from that situation. So, good, though.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah. Jill wants to... When they're at dinner, which I'm guessing is probably like just Chinese food that they snagged on the way home, Jill's gonna tell her, sit down with her dad and say, hey, did you hear that Nick shut down all of a sudden? They just came in and got bought out by some mysterious company.
And as you guys start talking, Tammy comes in and she's like, how do you guys like my new haircut? They call it the Rachel.
Oh, no.
Well,
it looks great.
You certainly look like a barista, so that's good.
Jill, that's
no,
not very kind.
Tammy, I just want to be your friend.
Jill, if you're not going to be civil to your stepmother, maybe you can go eat in your room. But I thought you wanted to talk to me or something.
I do. And then we got distracted.
Well, this is a 3-person family, so we're kind to everyone who is living here.
Okay, so Tammy, do you know anything about the company that came and bought out Nick's? Colorado Housing Enterprises, LLC?
No, but I did talk to Nick's wife, and she said that they got a lot of money.
Yeah. It seems like they've got a lot of money to throw around.
Yeah, so good for them. It's really good to see them, break out of the day-to-day and, American dream and sell their business, and they're gonna start it all over again.
Right, it's so great.
Economics.
It's so great when you can just find yourself all of a sudden with a whole lot of money that you didn't really even earn. It's almost like someone just handed it to you. It's the American dream.
Like you, Jill. I got it.
Oh. Damn.
All right.
Well.
That's fair.
So, Dad, the 2 of us, I've worked more years than you have, for sure.
Well, you've been alive for more years than I have, too, but not that many. So, Daddy, do you know anything about these guys? It seemed like it came out of nowhere. I would have just placed it on his desk and pretended like I didn't know anything about it. Like, put it under a couple of other pages. Like,
okay. Well, okay. Roll me a charm.
Oh, geez. Why do you make me roll?
But it's going to be low because it's a 4. Because it's
then fingers crossed, everybody.
Mm-hmm. What do you have?
I got a D4 in charm. What do you think I have?
Good.
But I have some adversity tokens, so we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I will spend 3 of my adversity tokens.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
That will put me 4.
He did not notice that the letter was tampered with at all.
Okay.
So he's like, wait, you want to know about the companies trying to buy the ski resort?
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna, buy us out, I guess they're buying out the rest of the town.
Why do you care though? We won't be here anymore. Like if they buy it, and honestly, it's all they're doing is it's these 2 companies, and they're just like back and forthing with extra money because they got, I don't know, it's nonsense really because they're bidding way too high. It's really kind of weird, but I guess better that we get money, but they are just really fighting back and forth over this mountain.
But isn't that weird in and of itself, Dad, that they're offering so much money? And why would anybody buy out the bar for a lot of money? Like, it's not even a...
What bar?
Nick's.
Yeah, I don't think that's related to anything. But, I mean, this is the first I've heard about it, so honestly, I don't know.
I just thought with you being such a savvy businessman, you might have an idea of what's going on.
I've been a little bit busy, Jillian, and I have been dealing with contracts and negotiating between these two companies, and I have had a little bit on my plate. Between that and my daughter having to be brought home by the cops, things are busy right now.
Just that one time. Well, who do you?
Yes, one time is such a small thing in life.
In the grand scheme of things,
I don't know. It's not even been 2 weeks, so let me see how I feel after it settles for a second.
Okay.
However, yes, I have been quite busy, and I am trying to get these two, figure out which one we're going to sell to, but they just keep going back and forth. More money here, more money there. It's the same companies that fought over the Vail Resort last year. But Vail won, and so this other company, Colorado Housing or whatever, they really want to make this one as big as Vail, and so they want the land, and they don't want Vail to have a monopoly on all of the mountains.
So Vail is in the same mountain range?
It's a ways away, but it is another ski area.
Right, but it's like, okay.
It's another ski area, or it's another housing company?
No, Vail Group and Colorado Housing are the two companies that are trying to buy. Vail Group
bought the other ski resort and called it Vail Resort now. Yeah.
Yes. And that's why they named their company,
right.
was because it was they first purchased Vail and did big business with it.
Wait, how long ago was that they bought out the other resort?
Well, I guess it would be a year and a half ago, because they've had the whole, they bought it, or no, 2 years ago, because this is the second year. So
have they been doing a lot of renovations and stuff, or have they? So they haven't had to reopen the ski lift since they bought it?
Oh no, they have ski lifts, new gondolas, new condos. They've got a marina near their thing that they do summer tourism on the lake near them. They went all out. They improved the town a lot. Obviously, this other company is a little bit of a newer company because they haven't done anything like this before, at least not that they know. They just want the same thing that the other company does.
And have you been meeting with them, or they've just been sending you letters and phone calls and stuff?
I have met with them a few times, although one was cut off suddenly because someone was picked up by the cops.
Sorry, I have to pick my eyeballs up off the floor after they rolled right out of my head again.
I've met with both companies down in Denver several times.
Do you like one of them better than the other?
Honestly, I don't care. I kind of would like to do something else. I'm kind of over this little town and everyone side-eyeing me since your mother and I divorced.
This town's full of assholes.
Sure is.
Dang.
Pass the General So's.
There you go. Anybody want the last egg roll?
All right. Interesting, Aaryn. Interesting.
Anybody else need to talk to parents?
I feel like we should question Dad if he has seen any so-called men in black around town in his outings.
Okay, so as you guys get back, it is kind of dinner rush time, and it's hard to kind of get your dad to concentrate on one thing for a little bit. But if you kind of stay up late and after, things have calmed down a little bit, and he's like, yeah, I have seen some people in black suits. Some black suited guys bought Nick's Bar and Grill.
Oh, yeah, that's That's
so
what
weird.
The manager said.
Oh yeah, Dan, he's a little too much.
Yeah, but the guys in the black suits.
I mean, that's wild. That's like government conspiracy. You know that the government's, trying to experiment on all of us and like, probably testing chemicals in our water and all that. I mean, why would they need in a small town like this, some guys in black suits want to buy a building on Main Street? Come on.
To make an office?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's super weird. There's probably something like secret and hidden in that place with like an alarm protecting it.
I mean, it is a pretty, like, we have decent sized basements.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why would you do it in the middle of town though? Like, that's not secret.
That's the last place anybody would think, though. So,
oh, I see what you're saying. So, like, hide in plain sight.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good, Fawkes. That's good. That's a good point. I just thought that maybe if you were trying, you wouldn't want people seeing you come and go, but that's a really smart point. I'm really proud of you for reading between the lines there.
Thanks. That's high praise coming from you.
For embracing the paranoia.
You and me, kid. We're on the same wavelength, but yeah.
So nobody's tried to, I think we already asked, but nobody's tried to buy.
If somebody came in here with a black suit,
you would.
I would. Out. Exactly.
I mean, you gotta serve everybody though, Dad. Like, can't just kick people out based on what they're.
I have the right to reserve service to assholes, and like, I would.
That's pretty. That's good. That's great.
Government. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't even like it when Agnes comes in.
Whoa. What's wrong with the Agster?
She is a government employee. Yep.
I guess
she's a nice lady. She just doesn't know how to use a computer too.
No, I know. It's just
what you
like
want you to think.
Exactly. She's got all those books and the computer with the. I hear you can find all sorts of things on the internet these days. Yeah. I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all.
Really? Yeah. You trust books though, right? Like, books are okay. Like, Spirit's got 1 billion books, Dad.
Oh yeah, books are fine. Like, everybody, you got to read. Like, otherwise,
government doesn't want you to read.
Exactly. You got to know what the information is, but probably the government's just putting all of the information they want you to know on the internet.
Okay.
Right.
So, have you?
Mojo is a master of changing the subject.
Yeah.
Mostly because he's too stoned.
Out again.
What was this week?
How about that local sports team?
Did I turn off the oven?
Ludicrous display last time?
Fawkes, did I turn off the oven? I gotta go check the oven.
You better go check.
It's fine, Dad. I took care of it.
Go check the front door lock like 8 or 9 times.
Yeah. Good job, Spirit. Thanks for checking on the oven. Yeah, so what were we talking about, guys?
Black suits, men.
Oh man.
Or women.
Government. It's always the man, guys.
That's true.
Always the man.
Nobody blames anything on the woman.
And he's like,
sometimes
that's a way that they could get around us.
You think they're women in black suits, Dad? What are you saying?
No, I'm just saying that if you were trying to trick people, you would use your power. You would use your power to oppress women into like being a part of your government conspiracy. But it is always down to the man, right?
You sound a lot like Jill.
Okay.
Good talk, Dad.
Maybe Jill's a real smart girl. I don't know.
She is most of the time.
I gotta go turn off the oven.
Yeah. All right. Turn it off, Dad. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep us safe.
From the oven.
From the oven.
From the
Right,
from your own negligence.
Okay.
I smell gas.
So we are going to, you guys all go to bed and wake up bright and early the next morning, and you get your butts to the hotel at 5 a.m. Where you are meeting Mr. Jim Keels. And he's like, "Oh, hi, children. I didn't know there's so many of you. So are you ready for a great hike in the great outdoors, finding all of the undiscovered creatures that our world has to offer us?"
Yeah.
Okay. And he's like, let's get up there. Let's get on this mountain. Go find my friend Bob.
Okay. Why are you so
Wait, is Bob lost? Or are we just meeting him?
No, we're meeting my friend Bob.
Oh,
he lives up there on that mountain.
Yes, he does.
He's got his own little house.
Oh, in a house. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he lives on Jill's property. we know.
This is Carruthers, right?
Yeah.
But Jim is peppy. He's a morning person.
Oh gosh.
You know, I mean, we're children. One of us might be a morning person.
You have to get
teenager.
up early.
We're teenagers.
You gotta get up early. They say the early bird gets the insurance policies.
What?
What does that mean, please?
Jim sells insurance.
Jill considers lighting up a cigarette so she can put it out on him.
I don't know if you kids drink coffee, but the hotel has a complimentary coffee bar.
Don't tell him that.
Don't let him drink
Trying to make him quit.
I didn't know. I wasn't trying to add to the delinquency of a minor. I'm sorry. It's
be offering coffee to a 10-year-old.
Well, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I thought maybe you guys, I didn't know how, I don't have kids. I don't know how old children are. You guys could be 12 or 45. I don't know. Not 45, obviously, but 6. I don't know.
You guys sound like a 45-year-old man by any chance, just in your professional opinion.
Not really.
Shoot.
I think Ash sounds like more like a 45-year-old man than you do.
Okay.
I mean,
no offense.
It's not a contest.
Good, because you'd lose.
So you guys start walking up the mountain.
Yep.
It's a beautiful day outside. Bright. The birds are chirping.
That makes it even worse.
It's cool. It smells of pine. And you start up a trail to wherever, and Jim obviously knows where he is headed to meet Bob. And he heads up, and he gets there, and you see Bob, who obviously also looks not chipper, but like alert and ready to go because
bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
Not hungover.
Not hungover. At least he can seem like he's not hungover if he is.
Functioning. There you go.
He drank hair of the werewolf.
Yeah. Hair of the lichen that bit you. Yep.
When you get up, old man Carruthers looks super confused. He's like, Jill, what are you doing? What are any of you kids doing here?
Extracurricular project.
We're hunting wabbits.
That too.
Good luck finding any rabbits.
We're more interested in
rabbits in the
carcasses.
Yeah. Mountain lions, maybe.
Like half-eaten, mangled ones.
Yetis.
Maybe taking out our large predator in the middle of the night.
Okay, so Jim, you've been telling these kids that you're hunting werewolves or whatnot, and Jim says, "Yeah, because that's what I'm doing." Like, obviously,
what he's doing.
I know we haven't found any like hard proof, but obviously there's something weird going on here, and you know that too. And he's like, "Yeah, weird, not werewolves." There's a spectrum of weird, right? So you guys just want to like hike over the mountain and see if you find any of these mangled corpses with us. That sounds super fun, but it is kind of what I'm paid for. Like, to make sure that this mountain doesn't stink or get gross.
I mean,
it's kind of my job. So I go over this mountain and do this. And if you guys want to walk with me, just like I told Jim here, even though you're not going to see any werewolves, which I told Jim.
Well, no, it's the middle of the... It's morning.
Yeah, they come out at night, full moon.
Okay.
We're
just looking
traces.
for evidence. Yes, traces and evidence.
Clues.
Droppings, maybe.
Okay, but...
Spore.
So, Carruthers says, Jill, can I just talk to you for a quick second? Just real quick. And he kind of pulls you to the side. And he's like, okay, this guy like
washes off her shoulder where he touched her.
and Carruthers says, Jill, like, I don't really know your friends. Honestly, this guy, I went to high school with him, and he is a crackpot. And he thinks that werewolves are real. And he had been looking at papers, and he knew it worked up here. And I told him that I had seen carcasses, and like, he wanted to follow me around. So I just want you to know, this guy's a little crazy. And yes, I did know him as a teenager, and he didn't grow out of his teenage craziness. So
yeah,
there are no such thing as werewolves, Joe.
Mr. C, I know that there are no such thing as werewolves. These dorks behind me are Scooby-Dooing it for the summer. I'm just keeping an eye on them, all right? So they wanted to come up and take a look at the mountain because we've been hearing there's a lot of weird people traipsing around, digging through caves and
Wait. Have you seen weird people on the mountain?
We followed some tracks the other week.
Where?
Like on the other, like where are we? On the other side of the mountain?
You're closer to your house right now.
Right.
So you had been looking over by lift 6, and then you went up the mountain. And so you kind of tell him that, and he's like, oh, but you haven't actually seen anybody.
No, but we like, you know how you can tell when a lot of people have gone through an area, the grass is all broken down. Yeah, that's what we followed. It wasn't like an animal track or something. It was like following a parade almost. But no, we didn't see anybody. We just kind of found where they were. And we found this clearing, and there was like garbage and stuff up in the clearing, but it wasn't.
But that night when I was supposed to stay at your house, did you guys see people that night?
No, we just saw lights.
You saw the lights too?
Well, you saw them?
Well, yeah, I saw the lights because I was staying at Jill's house. And the lift over here, lift number 1, is... So I saw a light, a big red light, when I was staying at Jill's house from the windows. And I went and ran after and found some guys hiking around with a big red signal light.
Oh, just carrying it?
Yeah.
Did you talk to them?
Yeah. And I told them to get the hell off of the property.
Oh, well, did they seem like our age? Like, were they just like messing around? Or
No, these were adults. They were like in hunting gear. They looked like hikers. They were walking around. And that's why if you see somebody, like, I told them that they had to stay off of the property. And I told them I would get the police involved because they're not allowed to be, like, this isn't public. You can't hunt here. This isn't public land. When the lights went out in town, I could see the red light, and I went and I talked to them, and they made a big deal about how they had lost people in their party and they were trying to signal to somebody else. And then they also had walkie-talkies, and like, then they got a call. I don't know. Couldn't understand what it said, but then they were like, oh yeah, no, I guess we'll go. But it was super weird. And like, there are definitely people who are not supposed to be on the mountain. There are tracks everywhere. And I've been trying to find it. And like these mangled animals, but like not werewolves, people.
Why would people mangle up animals like that?
No, I think other animals mangled the animals. There's probably a rabid animal up here.
What?
Do you need a gun or something? Should we be up here?
I have a gun.
Oh.
What do you think I am?
I don't know. Crazy old man with a gun, apparently.
There are rattlesnakes up here, Jill. You don't come up to the mountain without a gun.
Yeah, that's what I always say. I never go around the mountain.
Or a knife or something. Like, you got to be able to kill a rattlesnake.
I don't think you can carry a gun.
Well, probably not. But
Also, I don't stab them. That's a terrible
snake?
idea. Yeah, he said, or a knife.
I don't want to get that close to it.
Can you give us just a minute?
Sure, I'm gonna just start walking this way. You catch up to us when you do.
Emotionally.
Okay.
That's basically what I tell Jim too, because he's just following me.
All right. Should we take him to the cave?
I mean,
I don't know what he's gonna gain from what we could learn from him.
It's just he knows this mountain better than anybody. He might know what that stuff is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you trust him? Like, would he lie to you?
Would he lie? No. I mean, he might.
Maybe we could
not
make
tell
it look like
me
an
everything.
accident. Yeah, like we run into it. Like, what's this?
We're not gonna kill him.
No, I didn't. What? Oh my God! What? wait, what?
Jill,
where did that come from?
We could run into the cave by accident. Like, we could maybe say like try and steer him that way, and then see if he recognizes it or something.
You guys are on the very opposite side.
Yeah, we'd have to take him. He's only gonna.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna follow us. He wants us to follow him.
Well, I mean, he will if he thinks that we know something about these.
Yeah,
guys.
we would just have to tell him.
Okay.
I mean, it's his job, right? Like he said, to make sure people aren't messing around up here.
Honestly, if there's stuff going on up here,
maybe
they're gonna believe it coming from Carruthers more than they're gonna believe it coming from us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Might as well tell him.
I think that's smart.
It's our time down here. Hey, Mr. Carruthers.
And you guys, he's like not slowing down, so you gotta like catch up to him.
Wait!
No.
Great.
You guys are slow. You're gonna really have to I know little legs and whatnot, but you gotta make big strides, guys. I'm not waiting around for you. What's up?
Can we show you something?
And that is where we're gonna stop for tonight.
Okay.
A lot of information.
Clues and clues.
Thank you for joining us, and we will be back with you next week.
See you next week, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. You can find us at evenfootinggames.com or on the socials at evenfootinggames. Kids on Bikes RPG is by Renegade Game Studios. Our cast is Lee Baldwin, Phil Brabson, Jason Cassidy, Aaryn Easton, and Rick Taylor. Our theme music is written and performed by Jimmy St. James. Our podcast would not be possible without the help of our patrons, Debbie, Kristen, Robin, Alex, Gina, Ralphie, Merrills, and Cassie. If you would like digital downloads of our books and other exclusive content, consider supporting us at patreon.com/evenfootinggames.